Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com, or you can find the link to the website in the description below. When it comes to finding reliable income stocks in today's market, most investors tend to choose the usual income stocks like utilities, REITs, and blue chip dividend aristocrats. But sometimes the best opportunities hide in the plain sight in sectors that have been beaten down or overlooked. And that's exactly what we see happening in the regional banks right now. And TFS Financial Corporation, traded on NASDAQ under symbol TFSL, could be one of those most interesting play in the space. It is important to understand that not all regional banks are created equally. When looking at these banks, one must make sure that regional bank has been around long enough to weather multiple, interest rate cycles, keep conservative underwriting standards, and has a long track record of paying investors in form of dividends. TFSL stock checks all the right boxes. John, what can you tell us about TFS Financial Corporation?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. TFS Financial operates as the holding company for Third Federal Savings and Loan, which is a regional bank headquartered in Cleveland, Ohio. The bank operates through a network of branches and online services, primarily focused on individual rather than large commercial clients. TFS Financial primarily focuses on residential mortgage lending, offering home purchase and refinancing loans, home equity loans, and other related financial services. Beyond mortgage lending, the regional bank offers savings, money market, checking, individual retirement, and other qualified plan accounts and certificates of deposit or CDs. In addition, the company offers escrow and settlement services. It's important to understand that TFS Financial doesn't operate like a major commercial bank. It doesn't offer complex financial products or hold risky investments. The ones that Warren Buffett calls weapons of mass financial destruction. Its business is straightforward and transparent. TFS Financial engages in traditional banking services.
John, the financial world is becoming interest rate sensitive these days. How's TFS Financial track record in that regards?
Yeah, if you listen to the financial press, chances are you've heard how interest rates have peaked. And given the recent inflation figures, odds are interest rate cuts are just around the corner. With this in mind, you could be asking what's ahead overall for the financial sector, and more specifically, TFSL stock. Now, you might be asking, wouldn't the margins at TFS Financial come under pressure if interest rates go down? You have to consider that TFS Financial has already seen decades of rate cycles. The regional bank lived through the sky-high rates of the 1980s, low-rate environment after the global financial crisis, and the sharp hikes of a post-healthcare crisis of 2020. Now, management at TFS Financial has built flexibility into its loan book. It offers adjustable rate products, shorter-term loans, and has very conservative underwriting standards. Now, this gives TFSL room to maneuver. If the bank's track record is an indication of anything, you have to keep in mind that TFS Financial isn't one of those banks that wakes up one morning shocked by its interest rate risk.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And now the dividend, John, I see there is a solid track record here.
Yeah, TFSL stock really shines when it comes to dividends. Its track record is unmatched. Currently, the regional bank pays a quarterly dividend of 0.2825 cents per share. Now, on an annualized basis, that's about $1.13 per share. This translates into a pretty big dividend yield of 8.4%. For a bank of this size, that's a pretty eye-popping yield. But it's not just the numbers that matter. You have to pay attention to the consistency. TFS Financial has been returning cash to shareholders consistently, no matter what is going on with the economy or what the financial world looks like. Even when interest rates were near zero, TFSL stockholders got paid. Even when interest rates reached multiple year highs, TFSL stock got paid. And even when there was a financial crisis, those who owned TFSL stock got paid. Over years, dividends have increased too. In 2015, TFSL stock paid a dividend of 34 cents per share. In 2025, it's on track to pay $1.13 per share. Now, that represents an increase of a massive 232%.
John, thank you so much for your insights. For investors who like collecting high dividends from conservative financial institution, TFSL stock is worth a look. It's not going to double or triple overnight, but that's the point. The stock is all about predictable income and steady performance. Year to date, TFSL stock has increased close to 6% year over year. The stock is up only less than 1%. This stock remains ignored by investors who are busy chasing the few hot names on the stock market. Once the steam runs out of those big names, investors could be looking for refuge in places where they can weather any volatility. Regional banks like TFS Financial could be a place where they park their money. TFSL stock is heavily owned by institutional investors as well. As per the most recent data, close to 92% of all outstanding shares were held by institutional investors. Vanguard, BlackRock, and Renaissance Technologies are three of the biggest institutional holders. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.